What's up, friends? It's your boy GP with DeOrganized Media, bringing you another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars into the same room, discuss the latest Bitcoin news, world news, alpha fresh and hot off the presses, you name it, we got it with DeOrganized, baby. Let's go. I hope that you have had a high frequency hump day. It is hump day. Whoop whoop, get over the hump. Let's go. Yeah, there's plenty of bullish news. With including a new Bitcoin all-time high. It's crazy. Bitcoin just ripping faces, and shooting up to about 112K and some change. So very, very cool stuff. Got some base chads in the house too. So yeah, let's jump straight into the news. Yeah. Keep loving the room, guys. I mean, our future is so bright that we need shades, and that's why I got a pair right there. Got my Bitflow shades. Let's go. Bringing up the bookmarks now. Let's see. I'll come back over here for a second. Make sure that I'm small and the news is big. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, there I am. Okay, cool. All right. This is the right setup, but that is not the news. So let GP get the news real quick. All right. So here we go. I thought I'd throw some funnies in there as well. So as you can see, there is a jet next to some island house here, and there will be signs. I agree, there will be signs. So, from Bivik, for real, really. Bitcoin just surpassed Google to become the sixth largest asset in the world. What a time to be alive! So you look here, they've got a nice little, by market cap. And gold is at the top, being the top dog with a $22 trillion market cap. Got NVIDIA with a 3.97 trillion market cap, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and then Bitcoin coming in at number 6 with a $2.2 trillion market cap. Look at that. And flip to Google. There you go. Check that out, guys. From the Martini guy here, just saw this on the timeline. Apparently, Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, is in jail. Hashtag free BitBoy. This is the guy that I watched whenever GP first got into the space and started learning. Man, what an epic spiral to the bottom. Everybody's bottom is different, and I pray for Ben. Do not, point and laugh at people through their struggles, because you never know when they're gonna rise from the ashes like a phoenix and shine bright like a diamond. So, free Ben, let's go. Coming from this is a new account that you need to be following. LeoCoin Art. So here we go. LeoCoin Art is the LeoCoin STX. Also follow LeoCoin STX. Very, very base token in our ecosystem. Creative Playground, a community curated meme-powered art program on Stacks where memes become masterpieces and collectors become curators. Everything you need to know. So let's read a little bit about the what they got going on here. How it works. So first, they have an artist open call every 2 months. They'll have voting on X for the top 10, and then the Leo holders and the Leo holders vote on the Discord, and then the winner is crowned for that month. And then that piece will be included in the art collection that they're putting out. Then it will be minted as a limited edition Stacks NFT, only 15 pieces. And then one person who mints out of those 15 pieces, one lucky minter wins the full pot of mint fund. The artist gets paid directly in Leo. I believe this is a great opportunity to pack your bags with some Leo. I think there's like $250 worth of Leo up for grabs every 2 months. And I think this is a very cool way to incentivize, artists getting involved, getting their work out there, ways to onboard new talent to our ecosystem. And incentivize mentors too, right? So there's kind of gamified everything, kind of a raffle system, so to speak, here. And also how the community is involved in picking the art pieces that get included in the collection. It's pretty cool. How it started. Leo is the cosmic meme coin of LeoCoin STX, inspired by Leo, the legendary cat of Stacks co-founder Muneeb. Built on Bitcoin security, powered by Stacks, and fueled by unstoppable community vibes. Leo is a coin born to support culture, memes, and now art. And it has been discussed that Leo actually might be able to be used as, mint funds on Gamma.io. So Gamma, get on your game. Let's implement these SIP10s. Let's mint and meme coins. I want this feature added pronto. This is really cool idea. Let's make it happen. Meet the team. So Rubes, the founder of LeoCoin and Leo Art and STXTools.io. Mel Bell, creative strategist and storyteller, and Reese Swainapool, community manager and vibe conductor. We're here to build community, support artists, celebrate memes, and build Stacks art together. So here you go. You got a little bit of a rundown on each of these guys, and then how to get involved. Follow LeoCoin Art, join the Discord, tune into our weekly spaces right here on X every day Wednesday at 1 p.m. ET. Now I gotta remove my screen share. Come on, man. First open call coming end of July. Let's make Stacks art history together. Love you, Rubes, man. All right. So coming from Mr. Wolf BTC, here we go. And you definitely want to follow Mr. Wolf _ BTC. It's really that easy. Go to spaghettipunkclub/club/referrals, generate your code, copy the link, share it, and start earning SDX. Let the grind begin. So yeah, you can get some SDX through referring people to mint. Spaghetti Punks through their website. So it's very cool. I love their little referral system. And Mr. Wolf is a base founder within our ecosystem, building very, very base tools, including the SIP10 snapshot tool and the NFT snapshot tool. So go mint a Spaghetti Punk Club NFT and get into the know and get to use these very, very base tools within our ecosystem. I minted this beauty today. Check out this Spaghetti Punk. Boom, boom, boom. You can follow me at GPSC _ SDX. And you can mint your Spaghetti Punk Club NFT with this link right here. Wink, wink. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Damn, that shit is so fire. So fire as heck, caught on fire. All right, again from Mr. Wolf here. Weekly leaderboard of Stacks NFTs. New NFT season loading? Question mark. Leocat, Megapon Ape, Stacks invaders. Spaghetti Punk ecosystem, including the club, Not Punk, Pixel Art OGs, and Welsh Punk. And then the GPSC Gigaverse, including Giga Pepe V2. We've got Trimp NFTs in there. We've got a few different base collections going on there. Everything on Stacks is undervalued, but NFTs criminally overlooked. Alpha's right here. And I agree. This is something that I talked about in the Zest weekly screen share today. So yeah, jump into the weekly screen share, jump into the Zest Discord. There are a lot of base activities in there where you can win various SIP10 assets. Shout out to our sponsors. This was the space surrounding the LeoCoin Art Collective, where they kind of talked about it. And you can go back and follow that handle there, and listen back to it if you would like. Coming from the DeOrganized handle, and you can follow DeOrganized BTC right there. It's official. July is Use STX month. Stacks is Bitcoin's leading layer, and builders are shipping real ways to use your STX every day. 5 winners will receive 50 STX each. Tag your favorite Stacks builder and project below, and repost for your chance to win. We are actually on to the second challenge, which is the content creation tool giveaway, to where there's 250 STX up for 5 different winners. So yeah, get in the know about the Use STX campaign. Wonder if there's a link here. Let me see if I can find a link for you guys to go to the website. I know that we have one now. Stacks.org or stacks.org/use-stacks-contest. Go there, check it out, and figure out what it is about. So yeah, very cool. It's a very awesome way to educate new users about what there is within our ecosystem and how you can put your stacks to work. So very base and some awesome prizes up for grabs. This is a collaboration between the Stacks Foundation and DeOrganized Media. So definitely stay tuned for more. Coming from Jacob.btc, and you can follow him at Jacob_BTC. An unpopular opinion I have is that debt-based stables are unlikely to work long term. I mean stables where you lock BTC as collateral to mint, borrow a USD pegged coin. The model fails even when users act rationally. The reason is simple: they have no sync. So here is a cool little infographic of what he is trying to explain there. Definitely go follow Jacob. He is the founder of Hermetica, and they have the first Bitcoin-backed stablecoin USDH. It is a rune, and I like my stables backed by Bitcoin. So go get you some USDH. Coming from the main Stacks handle, and you can follow that at Stacks. STX DeFi Season Sprint 2 quests are live. STX DeFi Season, earn from a 50k STX reward pool by completing on-chain Bitcoin DeFi quests and build up XP for future rewards. New quests are all about stablecoins. Learn more below, and then you can go to stxdefi.com and figure out how to take part in this Zeely campaign and win some STX and some different NFT rewards and all that good stuff. Coming from the Bitflow handle, and you can follow them at Bitflow_finance. Bitflow is excited to be part of STX DeFi Season 2. Stacks continues with the largest Zeely campaign ever. Kicks off today with 50k STX in total prizes, XP, and more. Hundreds will win. Jump in and ride the wave. Love it, love it, love it. All right, and then coming from the main Zest handle, and you follow it at Zest Protocol. Deposit on Zest, then rest. I love this little, this GIF. Really, really cool. I am the community manager for Zest Protocol, and we have a very based activity schedule, and we are hosting the Zest Meme Coin Sprint, where you can come and participate in daily rumbles, weekly content contests, bi-weekly find-to-earn rounds, to win these different Zest community chests full of Rue, Leo, Flat, STSDX, Peggy, and now Nasty. So a really cool way to pack your bags and have some fun with the base community. Get into the Zest Discord for your chance to win. Coming from the Stacking DAO handle, and you can follow that at Stacking DAO. Just use Stacking DAO. And I also like this GIF. This GIF is hard. It goes hard in the paint. So there you go. Just use Stacking DAO. If you did not know, Stacking DAO is the leading DeFi protocol on Stacks with over 82 million stacked XTX, using liquid staking tokens like STSDX and STSDX BTC to unlock Bitcoin DeFi. So go check it out, learn about Stacking DAO, jump into the Stacking DAO Discord. I am the community manager for Stacking DAO as well, and we have a based activity schedule for you there too. Tomorrow is our weekly Pokemon tournament where we use the Pokemon TCG Pocket app to battle it out and find out who is the very best in the stacking ecosystem, in the Stacks ecosystem, to figure out who's going to win some prizes. There's prizes in STSDX, and STSDX is an auto yield compounding product, also in LST. So if you want to earn some base yields and up to 10% APY on your assets and your stacks, go check out STSDX, get into the Discord, and get in the know. Moving on into the main news here. Update. Most wallets holding 1 to 10 BTC are selling, but 1K to 10K BTC holders remain in strong accumulation mode. It is strong. Get ready, guys. Higher, higher, higher. Bullish. Sailor's MicroStrategy is sitting on 24 billion in unrealized Bitcoin profits. Look at that with the laser eyes. Bullish. El Salvador's BTC holdings are sitting on an unrealized profit of 399 million. So that is big right there. So we're hitting all-time highs, a lot of unrealized profit, but there are shorts to be liquidated. Let's read about it. Update. 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts are set to be liquidated if BTC hits 120K. This is the target for a lot of people. I've seen people throw out the number 115K as well. But 120K and 1.5 billion shorts is a lot. Bitcoin moves to where the liquidity is, and let's see what happens. That's a lot of shorts, so I would imagine higher. This is big. Bitcoin just broke its all-time high, hitting 112K and some change. So yes, we talked about that a little bit earlier. New taker buy volume spiked to 659.8 million in one single minute candle. Boom, it just shot up like a rocket. And takers are the people that are you're doing market orders instead of limit orders. You are considered a taker in the market. Alert. 212.8 million in shorts liquidated in the past hour, and more set to be liquidated if we go higher. So I'm just looking for higher prices at this point, guys. I'm not looking for small time frame gains or plays or anything. I'm in hodl mode, and I'm accumulating some alts, aka STX. You should too. Uh, Big. OpenAI plans to launch its own web browser with integrated AI. That's a new one. I did not see this earlier while I was putting the news together, but it popped in there somehow. Um, yeah, okay. OpenAI and Sam Altman, planning on launching their own browser. Look at that. New popular Aguila trades boosted their BTC long to 237.7 million with 20x leverage. Liquidation price is set at 106K. Look at that. Look at that. New. Donald Trump says the Fed rate is 3% too high, costing the U.S. 360 billion per point annually, and calls for an immediate cut. So we have an FOMC meeting at the end of this month, the 29th and the 30th. Maybe we might just see a little bit of pressure to see a rate cut. Look at this AI image of Donald Trump yelling at, Jerome Powell here. AI is getting based. It's getting really, really good. Big, big. Uh, Emirates will begin accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as payments for flights. Taking flight, use your Bitcoin. Let's go. Alert: GMX exchange was exploited for 40 million. So if you are using GMX, uh, there was an exploit. Move very cautiously. I do not use centralized exchanges. I don't know if this was an exchange, if this is a centralized exchange or a DEX. Maybe we'll look it up in a little bit and figure out the difference and tell you and educate you about the difference between a DEX and a SEX. Exchange GMX is offering the hacker a 10% bounty for the return of stolen funds. Might be a DEX. See, Arbitrum is mentioned here as well, so I wonder. Just in, the White House has warned 6 nations of new tariffs starting August 1st. The Philippines at 20%, Brunei at 25%, Moldova 25%, Algeria 30%, Iraq 30%, and Libya 30%. Update: the Pump ICO begins on July 12th, available on Bybit, Kraken, BitGet, Mexi, KuCoin, and Gate. Pump is the token for pump.fun, and I will be sitting this one out. I do not want to get dumped on. Latest: Xstocks joins forces with BitGet to list tokenized equities on a global stage. And here's the ETF flows here. Around 696 BTC and 18.4K ETH were bought on July 8th. BTC ETFs saw 75.3 million in net inflows, while ETH ETFs saw 46.7 million in net inflows. Look at that! Look at that! And this has to do with this news right here. Xstocks, Kraken and Bakkt are launching Xstocks on BNB chain, enabling BEP20 tokenized U.S. stocks. So tokenized U.S. stocks, tokenized everything has been trending on X today. So yeah, this might have something to do why it's trending. MetaPlanet now holds 15,555 BTC worth 1.69 billion, adding after adding 2,205 BTC over the past 7 days. So everybody and their mom, talking about scientific groups, universities, nation states, ballerinas, you name them, they are hodling Bitcoin and starting to accumulate. So hold on to your Bitcoin. You don't want to end up selling to the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity, and these big ass companies that are just gonna buy your bags for cheap while they send it higher. And we already covered this one here. Ripple selects the Bank of New York. Melon to custody USD reserves for its LS, RL USD stablecoin. Jeez, I can't read again today, Jack. Jeez. Today, a Bitcoin OG moved 14,000 BTC worth 1.52 billion after 6 years of dormancy. Look at that! Look at that! I don't think this might be the last one I'm going to cover today, guys. So let's see before I bring on the guys. Circle and OKX team up to expand USDC liquidity with zero fee conversion. Nasdaq listed GameSquare to launch 100 million Ethereum treasury strategy. And this one too. Volkswagen ADMT selects B Maps powered by Hive Mapper on Solana to provide real-time mapping data for its robotaxi testing. And then this too, actually, we covered this yesterday. That Phantom was hinting at this. So Phantom has launched Phantom Perps, offering 100 plus markets with up to 40x leverage, powered by Hyperliquid. Look at that, Jack. Look at that. So let me stop sharing my screen and bring the guys on. Got some real base chads in the house today. We've got Jamie F, the founder of Peggy Token. We've got Legend of Stacks legend Jack and Switch. And we have our lovely Peace Love Music in the house tonight. What's up, guys? How we doing? Happy Hump Day.
What's up, guys? So I was actually just my youngest is actually interested. She just came to me. She's like, "Dad, I'm on a waiting list to get my own personal AI and like program it to do all this, that, and the other thing." I'm like, "Oh, really? How'd you figure that out?" And she's like, "Something about a YouTube channel." I'm like, "Well, I have a bunch of friends that are learning all of this stuff, making an AI guild and really learn how to do this stuff." And so we were just setting up her X account. She's gonna probably like friend all of you guys. I got her an account. Gonna put her in the guild and start learning her how to do some AI trading.
Nice. That's solid, dude. Yeah, man. That's awesome. Like, definitely any we can, that I can help. You let me jump in all of there. I'm sure these guys as well. But
man.
Hero, man.
Yeah, speaking of AI. AI.BTC sold for 20,000 STX.
Oh shit!
Yes, dude. Yeah, I saved that. I saved that for us, dude, because that is huge.
BTC devs got it.
Yeah. The first time I was in the Stacks ecosystem, I ever saw like the chain slow to a crawl. This is way back in the day when the chain still slowed to a crawl. Was when some ETH whales discovered BNS names. That's when it happened. And that was like the most activity I'd ever seen on Stacks up until that time. And yeah, man, that's a good signal.
Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy signal, right? So not only did the Leo Cats NFT collection do like 7K in volume in a few hours today, but this right here, breaking two-letter .btc names are heating up. AI.BTC sold for 20,250 STX worth 14K. And High and Go BTC followed fast with 3K STX each. All offers accepted within minutes. Buyers aren't sleeping. BNS season is here. And big shout out to Dark, dude, for bringing this up. And, letting people know about the beauty of BNS. Still sleeping on BNS? Look at that. And here's the offers right here. And accepted right here. Somebody had it listed for 20,250 STX. All three of these got accepted within minutes. Freaking insane, dude. Somebody made out like a bandit, but who knows if they're, if that was built for the century or if they're missing out, man, and should have hodled on for a little bit longer. I think they made a killing. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Look. So whoever made AI, .btc made it for like 2 STX. Like
12,000x.
So, yeah, that works.
24,000x if you're counting from the lows.
Some people, including myself included, probably never see 20,000 STX. Ever.
I haven't. I'm trying to get there, man, but I'm not at 20K STX.
I think I've got about 20 in my wallet, so I'm getting there slowly.
20 at a time is a great way to get there.
Just need to add some zeros.
Get used to making.
I thought you meant 20K.
Get used to making.
I'm trying to get there.
Get used to making money in the Stacks ecosystem. It's coming. It's inevitable.
Yeah, we've been here kind of working the system and like understanding how things work and putting our assets to work for a while now. So, I mean, liquidity is going to start entering this ecosystem with this endowment, right? There's going to be new people here, new collaboration. This economy is about to explode, dude.
Let's just forget about the endowment for a minute.
I think you're behind your mic or in front of your mic.
You know what? That I did. I moved it over. I was trying something out. Let's so forget about the endowment for a minute. The endowment's a huge thing, but let's just forget that even it was happening.
Freddie in the house.
What up, Freddie?
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
Hey, Freddie's in the chat.
Pasa.
Legend.
Let's go. Freddie.
What's up? All of the other stuff is immensely bullish, all on its own. Like the wormhole stuff, the SBTC, the dual staking with both adopting BTC proper into the network, into the mechanism, while also adding value to stacks instead of taking it away. There's already a lot of support for things in the ecosystem. There is a lot more engagement with the community across the board. The core entities are actually engaging with the community and supporting the projects that are actually building and seeking to do more, seeking to learn more, seeking to actually understand it better so that they can better support it. The endowment's going to be the rails and the mechanism with which that gets done, but it's not the only one. There's other stuff coming than just the endowment money. That's really,
and that's the whole thing, man. People are. I can understand people not fully, when we say things like, SIP 31 is rocket fuel for the roadmap. When we say things like Stacks is built different, it started different. I can forgive people for not understanding what that means, but they're about to see what it means. They're about to understand what it means, because this is already just like such a rich environment for an ecosystem with a world-class community that's second to none in the entire space. With the Bitcoin meta, everything is coalescing, and so you're about to find out. And let's put this in perspective. There's rumors that Jerome Powell is going to resign. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. And then you got Orange Man saying, "I want a 300 point interest, deduction to interest rates." Right? It's like, you're not going to get that. But if you get 100, if he's just jockeying for 100, I think the last time we saw 100 was in 2008 in response to the financial crisis. So,
we have a series of quarter and half. There was a couple of half point from like 22 in 22
right,
when they really started heavy cutting again.
But 100's massive. If you get 100, it's massive. And so people with any sense at all realize at that point, like, I got to get rid of every dollar I have that I don't need, to be liquid in, and I need to put it somewhere. And guess what? Here's Bitcoin. I mean, this is why you're seeing Bitcoin just chat out right now, and you're going to see, and we're building on Bitcoin. That's the thing. You can get more Bitcoin just by having stacks. You can get more Bitcoin and more stacks by having Bitcoin and stacks. Like this, and all it needs is people just need to know, and they need to know. That's it. Guess what? We getting a CMO, motherfuckers. We getting a CMO. It's gonna happen. That's it. It's done.
You're gonna know.
Right. Yeah.
It's awesome. The headline that you read out earlier as well, GP, about Emirates Airlines accepting Bitcoin. Headlines like that, it's arrived. It's going to be used everywhere, and when more people start using it, the more liquidity that's flowing, the more, it's inevitable, isn't it? The direction it's going and the changes that are coming, and the stacks roadmap and the endowment and all the bullish news throughout the ecosystem, the links with Aptos, with SUI, with, everything that's happening. There's constantly something going on. I can't keep up with it, and but it's all bullish from what I see, and exciting times definitely for anyone. We're definitely still early, aren't we, in stacks?
And that's the thing. Even for Hermetica today, I did a tweet. I was like, referring to this with all this printing that's coming. I'm like, hey, you're going to want to leave your fiat-backed stablecoins in flight to safety and Bitcoin-backed stablecoins. Like, that's for real. Like, fiat is about to take a beating.
And then again on the Bitflow space, this came up too. Kate was talking about Granite just launched. Essentially, it's decentralized risk, where defaults can be purchased up by the community, the users on the application, and there's no defaults right now, so there's no actual use for it yet. But you can actually be in line. You're buying Bitcoin at a discount, and you're decentralizing the risk in making those loans, which makes it actually cheaper for the borrower because there's less risk involved. And so you're decentralizing risk, you're empowering individuals by doing so, and you're going to create such a huge economic engine, an economic growth engine from the fact that basically people are going to be able to retain a lot more of the value that they create, which incentivizes more value creation.
Yep. And you see that on Liquidium too. Liquidium's doing that as well.
That's right.
This is DeFi on Bitcoin. I got to go on a pretty cool space earlier about Bitcoin and stable coins. It was outside the Stacks ecosystem. And there was a variety of opinions. They talked about the Genius Act a little bit, and I gave my 2 cents about what I think about that. But basically, some people are very accepting of the whole TradFi coming to crypto and all of these things, but at the end of the day, DeFi on Bitcoin needs to exist. It needs to exist. There's going to be a lot of money made in the TradFi with Bitcoin and everything, but DeFi on Bitcoin needs to exist. It's kind of like what we're talking about with that thing that Dorsey just made with Bluetooth and being able to, send messages with this Bluetooth mesh network.
BitChat.
That needs to exist, right? That's a great thing to exist. It's very friendly with Bitcoin. DeFi on Bitcoin needs to exist. We already have it. And
people are already sending Bitcoin peer-to-peer with Bluetooth mesh networks on BitChat. It's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, we need it, and we have it. And people are going to see that more and more. Again, no shade on a real estate business, but people have used real estate to make their wealth. And now you have Generation Z who's just they're not going to do that. They're going to buy real estate to have shelter. They're going to use Bitcoin and crypto to make and secure their wealth. It's just going to be a better way, just like you're talking about.
There will be diversification. You always might want to mitigate risk, just like someone might, rather than only having Bitcoin, you might hold some stacks, you might hold some Ethereum, you might hold some USDH to have dry powder. You might hold some real estate because that might hold up against certain macro situations that others won't. So you're always going to diversify. There's going to be a use case for real estate, but Bitcoin is actually it has the same escalation factor as owning real estate because of its scarcity, built-in scarcity. So it's a harder asset than money typically could ever be because of because of its mathematical design. So it has even more scarcity than real estate to some degree, and so it's comparable the way real estate is a wealth generational wealth
Yeah.
generator. Those guys got me. Great marketing. Those guys.
Oh, shit.
No, it's gonna be cool, man. Like it's happening, and we've got front row seats, and this ecosystem's primed, and so what's not to love?
I
You're
think.
right. I mean, we have a. Oh, go ahead, Jamie.
I was just going to say to your point, Jack, about DeFi. Yeah, it's a big unlock, and I can see why why Stacks is targeting this area right now. Because if you just look historically at what it did for other chains, and when you talk about the lending platforms as well, and what you're saying, Peace, about all different options and that people have got and diversifying. There's so much more you can diversify into with tokenization on the horizon, and yeah, it's I've watched what DeFi has done to other chains. You know, I saw a lot of it happen on Sol, and there's opportunity there, especially platforms like Liquidium. You know, if I had a spare Bitcoin or two, I'd be looking at that option for loaning my Bitcoin out to get something back on that rather than just sitting on it. And that's not the only option you've got coming now. And like you say, Jack, it's just about making people aware. And we've got I don't know, has the CMO been announced? I don't know. I haven't sort of been following that.
They basically by the way, DeOrganized hosted a space today, and we had over 1,000 people attended.
Yep.
Wow, well done.
That was I've never done that, by the way. At my peak when I first started getting that big swell, I had a couple that were like 500, 600, which was awesome. Like it was huge. Getting 1,000 plus, it was like 1,028, I think, or somewhere between 1,010 and 1,028, that's huge for us. I mean, and that's not. I mean us with every sense of the world. All word of all of us, like Freddie out in the comments here, and you guys and everybody supporting, commenting, and participating in all the things we do. You know, and that's what we're here for too. We lift each other up. We support all your guys' stuff too. You know, we're all supporting each other here. And that's why this works. That's actually why works.
Did you do a Boost X space drop?
Yeah,
I did. I got 5,000 Rue on the space.
Ah, that's awesome. Like, so I was thinking, imagine if you had 1,000 people in there with BNS names. Yeah. I was thinking
there was about 100 people in the space at the time, and it was about 50 or so people that received the space drop, which is
at all
good
at idea. All-time highs. That was about $300 worth of Rue.
Yeah, I forget you look at that. I'm sorry, Jack. I love you so much, man.
That's good, dude. That's awesome. Like I hope people like hold on to it because like yeah.
I did that to promote Rue.
No, that's it. No, I'm completely thrilled about that. I just always think about yeah. No, that's awesome. No, dude, if I sat and thought about all the Rue I've given away, like to promote,
don't think about that.
No, like
it's got so much goodwill in the space, man.
it's massive.
You have a massive amount of goodwill in the space, though.
But
don't write that off.
No, never. Like that's the whole thing. Like I want people. That's what a community coin's there for, right? Like it's for the community. It's great. Like to help bring awareness. I love it, dude. I'd give away $3,000 worth, on a space drop like today. It's good. It's
What a space, too. We touched on everything. It was clear. We were allowed to ask whatever questions we wanted, and they got answered. And it wasn't pedantic. It was clear. It was honest. It was intelligent, well thought out. I don't think that there was no one came out of that space being like, oh, that was a bunch of bullshit. We're not being heard.
I agree. Like it wasn't. Yeah, I agree. Whereas like in other spaces beforehand, people have came out like that, going like that, and that is like the platform that DeOrganized provides. And not only that, we were able to be ourselves. We didn't have to change it up, just because Alex.
We're exactly how we always are. So it's not stressful putting it together. It's just a matter of knowing what the subject matter is enough to have those conversations. And we're already doing it all day, every day.
Right.
We just happened to look at the roadmap today.
So to answer Jamie's question, like basically SIP 31 has to pass first before anything can officially be done.
Right.
And it's like within the first 6 months, a lot of hiring and so forth for positions like that will have been done and new jobs will have been started. They laid out a pretty good, a pretty good idea of what that's going to look like. But yeah, we'll know soon enough. But
just a couple more days, man. Just a couple more days.
Yeah, I mean,
how long is left on the vote? How long have we got now? It's only a few days left.
Less than 4.5 days.
Yeah, so get and vote. I imagine everyone here has already done it. I actually thinking about it. I remember you can do multiple wallets, can't you?
You know what? Yes, all of your wallets can independently vote, and you should go vote those stacks. You absolutely should. It's good for the ecosystem. Whether you're voting yes or no, you should absolutely go vote. It's stx.eco. I'm pretty sure I have voted all of my wallets, but I will double check in the next over the next few days to make sure, because I have to get my old laptop out and make sure that there aren't any on there that I didn't vote yet. But it's important that we get those votes registered and show, like right now we have not just passing with a bunch of large wallets, but a broad spectrum of wallets, small accounts, big accounts, large accounts, voting in favor, which means we have a mandate from the people for this, a mandate from the ecosystem. People really can't be really bitter and mad about this going forward, no matter what happens, which leaves a lot of leeway for them to try stuff and and not have a lot of pressure to do certain things, that they have to do. They can try stuff. They don't have to be so specific. Obviously, it all is aimed at getting results, right? But getting that mandate from the vote is important, and they've done a ton of work getting it there.
Yeah. No, 100%, dude.
And then I just can't wait until they put Jack on that Treasury committee, and then we can
1,000% put Jack on the Treasury committee. 1,000%, dude. Literally put Jack on the Treasury committee.
Have to.
If the community wants me to do it, I'll do it. Seriously.
I can't imagine that there's one person in this community that would be opposed to it, Jack.
I would absolutely do it, because this is huge, guys. It's and you everyone here and on the panel knows what it's like to try to build an ecosystem where there's just not much liquidity.
I want to launch an actual campaign to get you on the committee.
I agree. I do too.
Almost like we're running a political campaign. We have the fucking network.
Go kiss babies and shake hands.
Yeah.
What's the Will Ferrell film? Where and it's him and the other guy.
You get dyslexic and kiss hands and shake babies.
Speaking of giving Jack stuff to do, flag football starts tomorrow. Piece. I think maybe Jack, would you be interested in like doing Thursday nights?
Yeah, if y'all run me through the production piece of this, like we can.
You have access too, right?
Yeah, I have to go back and I might have to get Nick to resend the email.
Yeah.
But-
Doesn't that sound good? That sound like a Jack night. Like that could be like a thing, and then I don't know, like
Why
get Jack
not?
on the Treasury Committee and let him like talk about what's going on Thursdays, right?
Well, that's not a prerequisite for Jack to do a show. He doesn't have to.
Right? Yes.
You don't have to tie them together. But both. I think they're both good ideas.
But yeah, I think that. Well, and I mean on the deorganized part too. You know, we're gonna. There's a lot of content that we can do, and being able to help out on the production part just makes a lot of sense. Having people who can help produce shows, especially if
If we actually get sick, like to the point where if GP and I both get sick at the same time, we're fucked.
like at this point, like you can say with no sense of irony that deorganized is a commodity in this community, right? Like it's important. It's where people get their news. It's where people figure out who's doing what. It's it's just too important. So it's
reliable.
It's only going to grow. So
Deorganized is the Stacks public square, along with X.
Right.
Like X and Discord, and some Telegram groups and stuff like that. But we are a part of that public square.
Yeah,
I agree.
So you need
proudly.
You need to plan for growth, then, didn't you?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
there's the organized before it's all said and done. It's going to be like a cable news channel. It's just going to be running.
It's a great name as well. Good branding. Great
Such
name.
a damn good name, dude. Yeah, good point, James. How did Deorganized come to you, Steve?
So we were trying to organize Node Rocks.
Yeah.
And we didn't want, people were talking about creating a DAO, and we didn't really want to create a DAO. And some of the guys were saying, specifically, I remember Zen, but it wasn't just him, saying, we don't DAO. And in that whole process of me, all sorts of just trying to figure out, I had come up with all sorts of plans on how to create a structured government body for this foundation that was the specific stakeholders in Node Rocks, and then the community, which was anyone that wanted to participate, holders in the Discord could suggest things, and that could go up to the committee or the foundation, and the foundation would have committees and all this stuff. And I was like, so that's the thing is we don't DAO because it's not autonomous. It doesn't actually do anything on its own. We don't DAO, we do. We decentrally organized. So it's basically taking the autonomous nature out of the DAO concept because you don't. So that's where the idea for just the term deorganized came from. And so that was in my head from months earlier when I was creating the project to cover basically developers in anyone building on Bitcoin was the Bitcoin and crypto. It sprang out of D Grant. So obviously there was a Stacks focus and a built-in network of support and audience and subject matter for people to cover and an audience that would be interested in what you're covering at the same time. So I was just able to kind of basically by providing all of them some kind of service, either giving them the information or helping them share their information with the people that want that information and can use that information. I built the thing by serving that need. And that's what we do. We decentrally organize the Stacks ecosystem right now.
Right. Without all the bureaucracy.
We are a node that's helping to organize Stacks.
Yes. It's let's have the conversations real time. about what's happening. Get the people can come and chat and then get informed about what these plans are in real time. Nothing is scripted. Everything that we talk about is completely authentic. This is us, and this is what you get IRL too. So like, I think it really expedites a lot of process. Just kind of jumping past the bureaucracy, and of course, like it comes to that point to where it's like, okay, now we have to have it on paper and stuff like that for certain ideas. But like, it really does expedite the idea process. Just having conversations in real time.
Well, and the conversations we have are authentic because we're all actually interested in the subject matter. And so that's why, like, the questions I had, some of them came from the community. I didn't ask any of them. Well, actually, I guess there was 2 of them I asked verbatim. Other ones I kind of augmented into how I wanted to frame it. But it was authentic questions, and it came from a place of me actually being curious too. And that usually reflects in the rest of the community is also going to be curious about these things. So and you do it the same way, GP and Jack and even Jamie. You ask great questions. You want to understand things because you're here to actually be a part of it. You do want to participate in stacks. You're not just here to build a project. Building a project is part of how you're learning about stacks. It's a different direction. I built DeOrganized so I could learn about stacks, not so I could build something that would necessarily leverage being able to extract some liquidity out of stacks. I want to help build value, increase the value of stacks, and then any of the wealth I'm helping generate on stacks, I will receive some of that as part of that because I'm.
It's like the same principle that you have. I think this is like what you touched on is scalable because like when I first started thinking about that, I thought about it on like the community level, and that's what I would tell people. Well, I tell them in Node Rocks, I tell them in Rue, like you bring value to the community. The community, the token gives value back to you. Like this is the microcosm.
Exactly it. That's exactly.
And then when you're thinking about it, like if you what you just said, it's like what's Web3 aside from like just a slang term that we use? It actually has a meaning, and it's this idea of like a user-owned internet. And what's really cool about Stacks, and I just thought about this when you were talking, is like Stacks combines Bitcoin, the ethos of Bitcoin, the decentralization of Bitcoin, the security of Bitcoin, with that Web3 ethos of like, because when you're in Stacks, like, and I'm gonna prove this statement right now, I'm gonna prove it correct, and no one can argue with me because the logic's infallible. You ready? Do you feel like a stakeholder in Stacks?
Yeah.
Jamie?
I don't feel like I do, but I don't. I've got to be honest. I don't feel like I've got enough. I mind you saying that now. Yeah, I do.
I also
do because
anyone feels like they have enough right now from where we're coming from, especially the price action opportunity is there if you're a little bit more liquid, which most of us.
Yeah, no, I do because I've invested so much time in it, and I've got and I'm learning every day, and I'm not afraid. Like to me, any question, even as a founder, I really try not to get offended with any question because it's a sign of genuine interest.
Right.
I do, yeah. I kind of hesitated because I just wish I had.
Dude,
I see so much going on that I really feel I could take advantage of, and I don't feel like I'm in a position to do that. But yeah, no, the answer is yes for me. Definitely.
Ain't no one on this call a whale by any stretch of the imagination. I promise you that. And then but from there, think about what Alex said earlier about how there were more wallets that voted than tokens. So again, it demonstrates this idea that people feel ownership. enough ownership to go and vote for SIP 31, even though, like, if you're thinking of it just in terms of shares, no. Okay, think about all of the people who show up every day and just hustle for their, not just their bags, but they're hustling because they feel like they're a part of this.
Right.
That I think is exactly what Web3 is supposed to be when the guy who coined the term was thinking about it. So that's what you have. You have Bitcoin meets Web3 in stacks. I think that is just
it's a powerful sentence right there.
It's true. I think it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I think it's revolutionary. It can be revolutionary, and there's definitely a symbiotic relationship between the community of a token and the like you mentioned earlier about you can present the opportunity, you can do so much as a founder, but it's the community that really drives the value with the time and the effort that they put in. And in that respect, like you say, you are a stakeholder in what you do because your efforts are rewarded, and the opportunity is very different to Web 2 or the real when we're talking slang, the real world. Opportunities are very different for so many people all around the world.
Yeah, no, 100%, and like that's so important because what doesn't seem like a lot of STX to us might be a lot to someone else. And the fact that they can have opportunities to improve their lives and their communities and the future of their nations, that means a lot. And that's part of the Bitcoin ethos, right? That's part of you should be able to have access to, peer-to-peer transactions without any regards to a middleman, right? You should be able to have, if you don't have access to banks, you have Bitcoin, and then you're in this place where you can like carve out, a piece of the pie for yourself without worrying about a middleman. And that's like you start getting into what Zero Authority dials about. And like, this is where, Stacks is where Bitcoin meets Web3. I ought to sell that. If we ought to sell that to the foundation or to Hero or something, that slogan, and I'll split it with you guys, like whatever.
DNS name.
But it's true. Like, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, I feel like, as a community, we all invest our time, effort, and passions and talents into this blockchain, and we all have something that we bring that is, distinct to us as individuals. So I'm glad that you kind of thought about that a little bit, Jamie, and it's like, not about how much bags, it's about like what you are trying to do and accomplish here and who else you are bringing with you. So
like Jack said, there's different. A couple of stacks is different to different people, isn't it? In some respects, I have got a lot more skin in the game than many others, And but it's not always about that. I don't know. I just couldn't feel like I could just give a definite yes and wanted to explain more about the answer. But then, as I often do this, I often shoot from the hip and open my mouth before my brain engages. But then, as I thought more onto it, obviously, I'm invested so much in Dogcoin, time and effort, and I've got obligation to the community that I'm determined to fulfill.
You know what it is? We're having thought-provoking conversations. You hadn't really considered the question. So you have an opportunity by coming on here and chatting with us to think about these things and actually draw a conclusion by bouncing it around. You're not
Always learning. It's good. I love these chats.
Oh shit, dude. Thank you guys. I think every night whenever DeOrganized Nightly comes on. We have these types of conversations, and we have real meaningful conversations where we get to shoot the breeze too, which is like my favorite part. Is like some of my favorite people show up to this space, and anybody that shows interest.
Anybody could.
on-
My favorite thing about the night show is that anybody could show up any night.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
know who's gonna come on.
And if you're an alpha hunter, you know who's cooking. Like
Right. Because they're showing up.
like who's
Yeah, that's
you know,
exactly.
Right. You see Rosar out here, he's got something. Got something.
Such a good point, dude. It's
They
all
gotta
about
spend
that,
time
man.
making all these videos right now, so he's not cooking as much. He's not
Yeah,
showing
well,
up.
he's cooking with a different medium. Like, he changed
Right.
the gears.
Right. He doesn't need to come out here to show us because he's putting it out there on X and we're all seeing it there.
Yeah, dude.
So he's not he doesn't have anything to come show specifically.
It's so,
He
it's
doesn't
so
have the time because he's making his videos too on top of it. So
It's good
Rosa,
to
if you're
see.
listening, come on, we need some more stuff. It's been too long.
It's good to see because I remember him saying not so long back that he felt like he needed some help with marketing. So it looks like he's overcoming that by doing these videos, and they look really good.
They do.
I
Very
keep-
informative.
I keep meaning to watch him. He's doing stuff on vibe coding, isn't
Dude,
he?
yeah, he's building, he's minting new builders. Him, Crypto Dude, Rafa, Gary Reiger, Set Zeus, all of these coders are not like just coding for themselves and by themselves. They're onboarding new builders and teaching people how to do what they do.
Yeah, it's good. Again, a lot of opportunity for people if you look in the right places.
Yeah. No, 100%. And like on the community side, we do our version of the same thing because those builders, they need people who can help things like marketing and can help things like create the memes and the art and be able to write and produce media about what's going on. Like,
Distribute the information wide and far.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I think as the space develops, there'd be a lot more roles, a lot more diversity in the roles available. Because reminds me, I saw a post earlier. Someone said that I can't remember what the percentage was, but something about most wallets fail on the UX. And it just made me think that there's a hell of a lot of developers and a lot of great products, but a lot of them do need the other angle, which is the user experience side and the customer service side. But as the space grows and develops, there'll be opportunities everywhere for everyone as projects evolve.
even Satoshi Nakamoto himself said that he could make Bitcoin. He knows how it works. He's not too good at talking about it though. You always need the people who can like break it down and make it understandable for other people. Not everybody has a personality that lends itself to like making things just easily understandable or what have you. And that's okay because we're all different. We all have different skill sets. That's what makes it all work in the end.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I say this often, but everybody has a gap to fill, and all you have to do to take part is get started and find that gap, identify it, and relentlessly show up, and then not take no for an answer, and continue to hone your craft, and then before you know it, you're on a podcast, you're in a space, you're creating good content, and you're learning and you're growing outside of the bounds of what you think is what you're capable of. We're often our most harsh critic, and until you get yourself out there and start getting feedback, it's hard to grow. So you just have to start. It's simple as that. So yeah, dude, I can shoot the breeze with y'all all night on this topic, man. I think that there's power in community, there's power in numbers, and there's power in educating people and kind of spreading your skill set and helping others like revamp theirs or hone in their skill sets. So yeah, dude, this is a good topic. Fellas, it is about that time. I'm hungry as a dog that ain't ate all day, and GP's gonna make a sandwich.
All
So
right, go get some. G. Go get some. You earned it. You earned it.
oh, did I? I hope so.
A little bit of
I
work.
did good. I did good. I did good. I did good.
You have to ask what sandwich? What are you going to make?
Shit, man, I was thinking, maybe some ham and turkey, or shit, I might have a hamburger. I don't know. I might, depends on if I feel like cooking tonight. Let's see what's in the fridge. Maybe a chicken sandwich. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a post about it. Make for some good content, but I have to eat it first. So, fellas, I want to go around the room one last time and just kind of get some final thoughts, frequencies, vibes, shameless shows, all that out of the way. And Jamie, I think I want to go to you first tonight, Jamie. What we got, man? Any final thoughts, closing statements, frequencies to the ether?
No, I can't. My mind's gone blank.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about
It's way late. It's way late for Jamie. What's it about? 1:30? I'm going on 1:30 in the morning for you.
It's I'm getting too old now. I need to put my glasses on to look at the time. It's coming up for 1:30.
Late or early, depending on perspective, right, Jamie? I appreciate you coming through and shooting the breeze with me tonight, man. Thank you, dude.
I appreciate being on, mate. To be honest, it's nice to come and chat with you guys. And thanks to everyone who tuned in as well. I love talking about community. Yeah, let's finish on that. I like, from my point of view anyway, I like what Freddie's doing with Stacks Africa at the moment.
Me too.
When we talk about empowering people, and there's a lot of opportunity for people from that neck of the woods on Stacks at the moment with the bounties. And when we talk about, like you said earlier, Jack, about how a couple of stats can mean so much to different people, it means for a lot of those guys and girls, it means so much more to them. So it's good to see. I'm interested to see how that turns out and how the foundation can support those kind of initiatives.
Yeah, Skippy, dude. Tomorrow, I'll be talking with Freddie at 6 a.m. He's been doing, a morning show, morning spaces under the Stacks Africa account. So I'll be going to talk to him a little bit about Stacking DAO, what Stacking DAO has going on, and how people can empower themselves with LSTs, liquid staking tokens, and stuff like that. So I'll be up and bright and early at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is when that space starts. So I'll probably be up at like 5:30. Shooting the shit with
You're featured. Is it tomorrow you're featured or Friday?
It's tomorrow on Thursday.
Tomorrow's. I don't even remember the dates anymore.
Me too, dude. Me too. So relatable. Peace. Any final thoughts? Any final frequencies?
We were talking about why we're here and what we're all here for and how it works together as a community. And I didn't want to talk over people. Believe me, I do restrain myself. I know it'd be hard to believe that I don't jump in every time, but I did restrain myself. But part of the reason I'm here, part of the reason I do this, part of the reason I'm here tonight, right now on this show, is I'm here for you guys. Right. And you guys are here for me. And we're here for each other. Jack's here for you and me and Jamie. And Jamie's here for us. We're all here for each other. And it's different than the world normally works. It's special. There is an opportunity here to do something with this because that's kind of what, a lot of what the people that show up, the people that drop in on our morning space, and they're not just in it. Everyone, one of the first things I used to say when I came into, I'll try to make this quick, GP. I know you're waiting on that sandwich, but when I first came into the spaces and I first started coming up and talking, I was trying to explain to people the idea. I would lead in with the idea that nobody can really do anything that's really selfless. Like, I'm here for you guys because I get something out of my relationship with you guys. Whatever that is, there's something I get out of it. But we have a healthy relationship where I give to you, you give to me, and we feed each other, and we're growing together. And so the people that show up on our morning space, even though there is something that they're getting out of being there, they're also providing to us by being there as well. So it's a balanced relationship.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it on that. And Freddie saying, I agree, mad respect to GP for making it up early in the morning to be with the Chads in Africa.
Yeah.
What's up, Prince K?
Prince K in the house too. But yes, it's a symbiotic relationship where we provide value and also, feed ourselves as well. So like I agree with that. And
Right. But I'm also motivated to be here, but sometimes I don't want to do it. And fuck me, I don't care. Fuck it. I don't need this. I don't need what I'm going to get out of it today. But
I think that's the first time I've heard you swear, Peace.
What?
I think that's sorry. I think that's the first time I've ever heard you swear.
really?
You haven't been paying attention then.
This guy right here.
It's late for me. Like
hang around peace a
I know
little
what
more.
to do, but like for me, 8:30 is like 1:30 in the morning for me. It's like once I get that time, the sailor talk comes out.
I love it, dude. The northeastern, like the Rhode Island guy comes out, right?
Careful.
Careful. Oh, dude, I ain't going there. I ain't going there, dude. Jack, you got any final thoughts, any final frequencies that you want to put out to the ethos, man? What we
Yeah,
think?
man. Stacks Africa is powerful.
It is.
There's such an important part of this ecosystem. Like, dude, like 29% or so of my followers are from Nigeria alone. Like, powerful. And like
my second number of our second level of viewership outside of the US is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I want to see with this endowment is not just like more, resources available, to help grow Stacks Africa, because, Africa has embraced crypto like it ain't nobody's business.
Yep.
Like they ready. I also want to see like Stacks Latin America. You know what I'm saying? Like
Stacks Latam.
Right. And I want to see it big. I want to see like
Right, we gotta get them on here more. They came on. It was Anibal has this project. What was it called? Music for Science.
Yeah, turn up sock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, and he had that. I forget her name. She came on and sang. She was from South America. It was beautiful. I loved
Is it Lisa? Annalisa? Something like? Nah.
Maybe it was something like that. Maybe I don't remember, but I can't remember. But they were from the Stacks Latam group, and I never actually ended up talking. I got to check out Anibal. I see him every so often here and there, so we got to follow up with him and maybe get some more coverage of that too. Gordon's been coming back around. I think Stacks Australia is going to start getting more active again. And,
charters.
Stacks Asia's been quietly killing it for the last year.
Yeah, dude.
They're the reason why a lot of this shit has happened.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
And like, because and I think the last thing I got to say on it is just, this is where Bitcoin meets Web3. Like, this is about the people. This is about the value proposition of Bitcoin and empowering people to have a say and a stake and cut their own path. And so that is worthwhile. That is worthwhile pursuing. That is worthwhile putting your effort into to try to facilitate that to the greatest degree possible. And that's why, like, I think under it all, that's why you see more wallets, yes, on SIP31 than tokens, because like we're in the right place. We're trying to do the right things, and it's time. And we're gonna do it. It's just that simple. It's happening.
Like the guy from the UFC fights. It is time. I feel like it is time. I can feel it in my bones. I feel like the community is ready. The builders are ready. The core entities are paying attention to what's going on. They're getting onto the ground floor with everybody, and I think that it they've proven it. You know, we got the CEO of Hero Systems coming on and you know, hosting the space with Peace, and then also, you know, Mitchell Cuevas from the foundation. You know, I'd like to see them get involved. So it feels like the community and core entities, everybody that's involved is aligned. And you know, this is the decentralized internet of Bitcoin. This is fucking gigantic, huge. The sky is the limit, and I'm ready to see what comes to fruition, and you know, who else comes to build here. So we'll be looking back on these days and realizing, like, damn, dude, we were fucking early. We were very, very early. So, yeah, we're trailblazers, man. Keep crushing it, guys. Thank you for coming through and kicking it with me too, guys. Like, the show would be like so boring with just GP scrolling through Twitter. You guys make the show, so thank you.
It's still a good.
Look in the private chat. We figured that out. We're gonna like AI use some cleavage, like for the Fox. We're gonna do it the Fox News strategy.
We definitely need.
Right?
Look, we do need some more eye candy on the show. If you guys know any attractive women, you all know what that means. We want, and that also would like to come chat with us. We're open to having some people come on and chat with us that look nice, so that our audience isn't subject just to this.
Right.
He's just turned into the Uncle Sam, or not the uncles, like what is it? The we want you.
It's like the eye relief portion of the
screen.
Do we need an AI influencer? DeOrg AI.
Blockface is busy. He's not building it for us. I don't know what's going on. Well, I've talked to him about it for months and months. I think it's probably a little bit more complicated to do it. He keeps sending me to tools that I'm like, this isn't going to let me do this. So you're just throwing me down a rabbit hole. I know you are. But, so we got to figure out another way. Maybe the AI content guild will be the way.
Yeah.
I could see it. Boy Pick sent me some pictures of you know, some artwork that he's doing, and
the stuff the Hero's dropping out is like really great.
Yeah.
Well, if we make an AI character, can we name her like Aya Relief? Like
Aya Relief, dude. Aya Relief.
Yeah.
I like it, dude.
That's like, okay, something better to look at than these bunch of clowns. Yeah.
Aya. Her name is Aya. Fucking go, dude. We got her name already. Just gotta figure out, you know, ethnicity, background, personality, and all that good stuff. I'm sure somebody would tune in and like it. It'd be a little bit different. Make her like bounce around in the chair a little bit, you know. She could be one of the skipper ones, and have some fun with it. But damn, we need an AI chick. I got a green screen, dude.
You guys know what are we laughing at the same thing?
Yeah.
All right. Well played, Darth, dude.
Don't put shit past Darth, dude. Don't put shit past Darth, dude. He's gonna find the alpha, and he's gonna have some punnies. But yeah, man. Yeah, you guys are the shit. I don't laugh as much with like anybody else, man. Like you guys crack me up. And I'm glad that you know, Darth dude is coming through with the funnies at the end of the show, and
you know what the vibe is?
We work hard.
The vibe is very much like a fraternity.
Yeah, I can see that shit. What's that movie? What's that movie back in the day? Something House.
Animal House.
Animal House. There you go. That's us.
No, I felt like old school, you know, checking on you young guys in Vegas. That's what I felt. That's what people
a little bit more our speed.
My boy Blue
House anymore. But we're not the teen either. Like we are definitely old school.
We're going to the quad. We're going streaking. Oh fuck yeah! I gotta go watch whatchamacallit now. That's a good one to watch. Old School is a really good one.
Yes.
Break the tape. Break the tape.
A few more years, we'll be like blue level old school. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, you used to get streakers in football matches in England quite a lot. I remember as a kid, like seeing a streaker on telly, and it just couldn't believe it. There was a naked person running across the screen. But of course, nowadays, not
Right.
that I would
That could be
ever
your
recommend.
mailman. Like that could just like your mailman could just be butt ass naked, putting mail in your box, and you wouldn't think twice of it today. Like,
Like, yeah, the 2025.
yeah,
Oh, that's too good, dude.
It's definitely weird. We definitely have some weird. We've been tested as a species, I think. You know, at the end of the day, it's making us harder and tougher, right? Hopefully.
yeah.
But
I
man,
think that's a polite way of putting it.
they've been putting us through the ringer.
Polite way of putting it. We've been tested as a
I
species.
agree.
Fuck, dude. Like some Wuhan shit. Forget about it. Fuck, dude. This is where it's at, dude. This is where it's at. Like, this is the good stuff. You know, we got the news read and all that alpha and everything, but like, this right here is gold. You go through and you clip this, clips for days, going viral. I promise you.
Yeah, you can't script this. Like, this is just.
No, that's actually really how it goes too. We don't script anything. We'll have guests. That's some of the hardest thing I do is explaining to guests
How it goes.
well, we have the news segment, then you guys come on and we talk about whatever.
Right.
What you want to talk about?
They're like, what?
You guys want to come show us some stuff? Cool. We'll ask you questions about that if you do. And it'll be a fun time. There's a game segment. Most people say they're not going to stay, but then they actually do stay. You're welcome to stay. And then they usually stay.
Our pitch in Vegas was
Same thing
come
for the
shoot
show,
the
except for
breeze
the-
with us.
Yeah.
Come shoot the breeze with DeOrganized. The
That's it.
pitch.
I think,
Right.
I think that's what people want at the end of the day, and that's why people like watching podcasts so much now, because you just watch it. People love people watching first off, and you know, secondly, you're drawn to. I never thought when I was younger, I never thought I'd be someone who tuned into podcasts, and there's some that I tune into now because I just enjoy the conversations that they have, and I like the personalities, and it's authentic. So yeah, it's you can't be anything else. People spot it anyway, don't they? If you start trying to be something different to what you are.
Right. No, this could never work if we were trying to front on something, like trying to present not exactly what we are, because it's like when I'm reading the news, there's good information there, and I it's best when I actually add my little like thought commentary as I'm doing it, because when I just read out all the stuff, it is boring as fuck. It's boring. I don't want to listen to that either. Like that's why I kind of either I have to start going through it fast because I'm already behind and there's a guest waiting, and so it ends up not being as entertaining, or I have a little bit more time and it takes a half an hour. Same thing with GP. The news is when it takes longer, it's usually a little bit more of an entertaining segment.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
run
dude,
through
like
it,
that, I mean, I'll be in the middle of my bookmarks.
it's not as engaging.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle of my bookmarks, dude, and then I'll see that I'm like 20 minutes in. I'll be like, I think that's the rest of it, guys. And then I'll be like, let's bring the guys on. And that's like the best. That's the most exhilarating part. Is like, boom, these are the guys that we have on tonight. You know, that's the best part. Getting to like announce like who's coming on to shoot the breeze with me and talk with me and just connect. You know. And you don't have to have a project to come on here.
If there's a featured guest or a featured, then getting them in and getting them settled in. Most of the time, that's what I'm worried about. When it's a guest that's not been on the show and doesn't really know us and they're waiting, I'm like, I don't want them to be like, what is this? What the fuck am I doing here? Kind of like stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I'm rushing through to get to them on so I can like break the ice, them, and almost every time they fill up the show with talking about what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, that's
great.
that's it. They talk about what they're doing, and then like we get to have a real conversation about it, like and have real takes, and then like
Melody
and
Perry. And then
I don't see any
Give
study.
the young guys watching this some alpha, because you young guys got to start like dating real women. Like,
Yes.
you meet a chick, okay, you meet a good-looking woman, ask her open-ended questions, let her talk, listen. That's the hard part. You have to like hear what's being said, and then with a little bit of prompting at the end of it, she's gonna think you're amazing.
Right.
Life hack.
You don't want to tell her all about you. You're not trying to impress her.
Right.
You want to get to know about her and ask more probing questions about the things she's telling you.
Yeah. Like, dude, like she don't want to know what you bench press. She don't want to know what you any of this stuff. She don't care. Like the stuff that my wife knows about me or like admires about me, I don't even realize she does until she knows. Like you just don't even know that, right? You like it never would have been what you thought, you know. So just pay it. Just let them talk, dude. And
I can never get past the
Let 'em
listening bit.
Right. That's actually women want you to listen to them.
Yeah. And when they don't want you to fix it, guys. Like
God, if they're bitching about something, do not try to
I
fix it.
didn't learn that shit till I was like 40.
They get so mad too. They're like, "Why are you like you're like if you start suggesting, you don't do it. You gotta know me well enough that I still can't not do this. My wife starts giving me problems. Well, just do this.
No, they don't want a solution. They just want to bitch about it till they feel better. They just got to get it out their system. Like you being like, "Oh, this is so simple. I'm going to make your life easier." No,
it's making my life worse.
Look at these guys, man. So Prince K comes through with GP needs a check, and then our dude comes in with just smile and wave, boys, and then Boy Pick stands up and says, "Don't cook GPK." Like, come on. Oh, you can't make this shit up. I love my fam, and this is my extended family. You can't go wrong with the guy, dude. I'm so glad the guys go up.
The first time, as soon as you get one, they all going to be so mad because they're not going to have as much GPs to themselves. You see, like you boys always get mad at you when you get in a serious relationship.
Damn, dude, man, I can't. Like you guys gonna get mad? You're talking about GP needs a chick, and then when GP gets a chick, it's gonna be like, oh, fuck, where's
the
GP?
Thing is that when GP gets a chick, he won't have to go make a sandwich. There'll be a sandwich waiting for him, and she'll be on the side, and she'd have been showing it to him for a third time now, and GP will be like, guys, I gotta go to dinner. I got dinner waiting. Not I'm gonna go make a sandwich, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna have yet. Because you don't have to think about that shit anymore.
When I leave DeOrganized early at night, it's because like I got some food waiting for me. It's like it's
yeah, exactly.
Does this really apply nowadays? Like, do the young girls even know that? Like, you know, if we're giving advice to young lads, do the young girls even know how to make a sandwich?
No, I feel like I got to get a passport for that.
That's why That's the other reason why you got to ask them questions and listen to what they're saying.
Right.
Yes, dude,
that's probably another reason why I'm single.
Dude, I've spent a career working in the nursing field, right? So most of the people in the nursing field are women. So I've spent a career surrounded by young women. Most of these chicks can't boil water, dude. They can't cook a bowl of cereal. Like
that's right,
you know, they eat out for every meal, and like you have to look.
Well, if they've got enough money to support that lifestyle from what they do for work, then that's okay too. You know, she can already
like a home cooked girl, though, man. It really
you can taste the love, dude. Like you can taste the love, man. Like it tastes good. Like,
rest in peace, my ex.
I also recommend a slightly older woman may not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How sandwich app?
Oh, beat the change. Hashtag beat the change, bro. Oh, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah, Darth, dude.
I do gotta jump off, and I know GP's hungry.
All right, guys.
Like, because this is a good conversation and we're good dudes.
I appreciate you guys, man. I needed the laugh, and I can always count on you guys. Shooting the breeze with you guys is like nothing else. So, thank you, fellas. I'll catch you guys on it. We'll do it again. I got flag football tomorrow, so the nightly on Thursdays are gonna be like either Jack is gonna take over on Thursdays, or I don't know yet, like what's gonna happen from that. But GP's gonna be flag football coaching and doing all that stuff on Thursday.
Does it start
night.
tomorrow? Does it start tomorrow?
Let's try it.
Starts
Let's
tomorrow.
try it. Yeah.
So
Let's
you
try
want to
it.
try it tomorrow? We can do
Get
it.
in touch with Nick and get your login,
Yeah.
and we'll walk through. We'll walk through it. If you're around in the morning, you want to jump on if you have it by then, or if you find the old email from it.
I'm gonna look for the old email first, and then if not, I'm gonna contact Nick, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
It's gonna be badass.
in the
And
morning. we can
everybody
try
that's
to-
here tonight,
try to walk you through some stuff in the morning too, if you want.
yeah, tune in,
Just
dude.
Sorry, GP, you're not too big to be playing flag football.
Yo, it's a roast BP night. Like the
The delivery was so perfect.
Is this one of them things where you never quite got in the team at school, so you thought you
No, nobody will take the piss out of someone better than a Brit, man. Like,
Scousers. The Scousers got me. Yo. I'm red. Oh, dude. Good one, Jamie. Good. Yes, I am too big. I will be coaching. I'll be coaching. And my nephew will be playing. Golly, what a dig. Oh, I love you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go get me a sandwich and heal up from that one, Jamie. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night.
later, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Oh shit. Let me tell you guys. Ain't nobody fucking with the DeOrganized crew. This is what you get. IRL any given day of the week, twice a day. Be sure to be following the DeOrganized BTC account on X. This has been another based episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars together, discuss the latest alpha from the Bitcoin and Stacks ecosystem, Bitcoin news, world news, alpha fresh and hot off the presses, you name it, we got it with DeOrganized Media. Be sure to tune in to the Let's Go Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. ET Monday through Friday, along with the DeOrganized Nightly segment at 7 p.m. ET. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. Like I said, be following the DeOrganized Nightly, DeOrganized BTC account on X. Go to YouTube and subscribe to DeOrganized Media on YouTube to stay in the know, stay ahead of the curve with DeOrganized guys. Nothing but high frequency vibes extended to you. We made it over the hump. Happy hump day, guys. We're doing it all again tomorrow. Be sure to tune into Stacks Africa at 6 a.m. ET. I'll be jumping on there for a surprise feature, talking about stacking DAO with Stacks Africa. So we're going to have some fun. Tomorrow is going to be a good Thursday. And then GP has flag football for the first time. So I'll let you know. I'll fill you in on Friday, and I'll make the post and let you guys know how it goes and how my nephew kicks ass in flag football. But yeah, tune in tomorrow morning, guys. I'll see you then. Peace.